Hey guys, and welcome to On the Edge Wheelchair Creator. Thanks for joining in. Today we're going to talk about something a little bit new in the topics. I don't know if it's new. Maybe you're following this story, but the idea about what government-sponsored enterprises are, which is what backs the US dollar. Okay, so this chapter, so I found this document okay, we'll go back over here. So I asked the question, is the US currency still backed by gold? Sorry, I'm leaning over here because why? Because I need to be facing the microphone. And it's just not in the right position. It just isn't. So we're going to just go ahead and make that adjustment. As you know, this is an ongoing process, and you have to keep adjusting. And the system I have is, you might be able to hear there's lawnmowers in the background. You might be able to hear those. Moving the chair that's behind me out of the way. So, I want to be in front of the microphone, so we're just trying to get into position. Let's open up the other camera, which is my iPad, and that's fun. I love that part. Hi, can you see me? No. It always turns around. Sorry, I'm not speaking right into the microphone, but what we could do is change cameras. And I need to be able to, so I'm in the chair, rolling around. I've got a little control. You can't see that, but maybe I can get a photograph of that. Shove that in there at some point. So we're just going to move the microphone stand out a little more. And we're going to put this lamp on over here for lighting. Got a lamp here. Putting that on. There's a lot of things to get into place for filming a live broadcast. Yes. And I'm almost there, you know. I am almost there. But I'm not there. So I'm still facing the wrong way. It's almost like the whole thing needs to come out. And I did try this before. That light's making me look really red, really pink. Hey. Maybe that's good enough. I'd like to be speaking right into the microphone. Maybe I need to have a little lapel mic. Actually, I have one. I have a little battery pack. I don't know how to use it. The camera I had, the battery doesn't charge anymore. A Vivixia. Anyway, you get these little problems, and well, being a little bit unable to solve them. So we are wanting to be able to read what's on here. So I need to turn my body completely around, away from the mic. And I appreciate you being here. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And we'll try and get this, what is it, a vehicle? Let's try and get this thing on the road. So getting the microphone out front. Now the cable is going to be a problem if I keep moving the microphone. So I'm going to have to work with that. The way it is, it's a problem. And the base of the microphone has these 3 legs, and then this table has, and the wheelchair can't go around. So that's all wheelchair trouble. We call it wheelchair trouble. You got wheelchair trouble? I got wheelchair trouble. We all got wheelchair trouble. You know anybody in a wheelchair? Want to know someone in a wheelchair? Have a family member in the wheelchair? You're in a wheelchair? If so, I don't know. If so, this podcast, this broadcast is about you, is for you. Is it for you? Are you my audience? I got an interesting... You see, I can't do it. I can't do my stuff. I can't do my stuff because if I do, I'm not in front of the microphone. And the microphone, this audio, is the most important part. So, and it hurts my back, and it's very frustrating. The frustration level here is quite high, but I know we're all facing some bullshit frustration. All right, let's get back to it. I gotta fix my back. I gotta fix my back. I gotta fix my back and leave the microphone behind me. The microphone is behind me now. My feet are starting to burn, and I don't like that feeling at all. So I'm trying to get to work. I'm trying to work every day. I'm trying to broadcast every day. I am sometimes succeeding, but most of it's jumbly-wumbly. But there is a topic buried in here. Oh, yeah. We're streaming. We're streaming live. Let's have a look and see what it looks like. Let's check the sound. Okay. We could do it the way I did it before. I was going to do it on my phone, but that's slightly better. Now I'm facing the computer. That's slightly better. My back hurts, but that's okay. How do you guys do it? How do you guys organize yourselves? All right, let's have a look. So I asked the question, and this is important for the topic, which is about real money. What is real money? And I'm a wheelchair creator talking about asking the questions. Very nice. Let's see what else we got. Oh, this says it's broadcast 13. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Could be 14. I think it is 13 actually when I published it. So Control T. Nope, didn't work. You have to click on the Chrome. Then you can go to your email where the YouTube algorithm put your channel up. So here it is. 14, episode 14 is the screen share, so we could change this to 14. Let's have a listen and see what the sound is like. Change this to 14. Okay, that sounds all right to me. What do I got on the audio here? Where are you, audio? All right, we got the multi-output device on, so you'll be able to hear this, I believe. Let's have a listen, another listen. Move down. We'll go to the website. There we are. That's what it looks like right now. Hey. Okay, that sounds all right to me. What do I got on the audio here? We'll go to the website. There we are. That's what it looks like right now. Hey. Okay, that sounds all right to me. What do I got on the audio here? Gold. Sorry, I'm leaning over here because, all right, so we got off to a bit of a slow start, but here we are. Let's go back to the document. We are asking the question. Oh, today's Tuesday, August 29. It's 12:01 p.m. Let's look at. I like the double screen stuff happening. That's fun, but it's also weird. So it's just me in here. It's just me in here trying to make this work. So we got the front camera, and we got the side. It's not really side. It's more like. Why is my finger going off? There I am. I'm pointing off to the left, and now I'm pointing off to the right, but I'm pointing right at myself. Okay. Doesn't matter. So you want to get down to what the topic is. What I'm studying right now is the gold standard. And that seems to be an important conversation or topic right now because let's have another listen. Okay, let's bring the mic a little closer here. So it was okay with the mic behind me. It kind of was. Let's read this. Let's just get through it. All right. Is U.S. currency still backed by gold? This is my question about what is money and do we understand it? Do we have a strong understanding of how the system that we live within works? And my answer is no, we do not. We do not have the slightest. Of course, there will be some of you that know, but most of us are in the dark. So, the Federal Reserve notes are not redeemable. So we're talking about the US dollar, the greenback. Federal Reserve notes are not redeemable in gold, silver, or any other commodity. Federal Reserve notes have not been redeemable in gold since January 30th, 1934. We'll figure out how long ago that was, but it's almost 100 years. So it is 23 right now. That means that is 11 years short of 100 years. So when the Congress amended section 16 of the Federal Reserve Act to read, the said Federal Reserve notes shall be obligations of the United States. They shall be redeemed in lawful money on demand at the Treasury Department of the United States, in the City of Washington, District of Columbia, or any Federal Reserve Bank. Federal Reserve notes have not been redeemable in silver since the 1960s. So gold, according to this website, which is the federalreserve.gov website for America, United States of America, for US greenback. Lawful money. So, and lawful money, right here, we're going to make this a little bigger. Did we? No. Lawful money is highlighted right here. On demand at the Treasury Department of the United States, in the City of Washington, District of Columbia, or at any Federal Reserve Bank. Federal Reserve notes have not been redeemable in silver since the 1960s. The Congress has specified that Federal Reserve banks must hold collateral equal in value to the Federal Reserve notes. That the Federal Reserve, I'm kind of going a little blurry-eyed here. I'm reading it to you, but I'm losing track of what I'm saying. The Congress has specified that Federal Reserve banks must hold collateral equal in value to the Federal Reserve notes that the Federal Reserve Bank puts into circulation. This collateral is chiefly held, so we're talking about the thing that backs the greenback. The thing that backs the greenback. And that's called collateral. The thing that backs the greenback is the collateral. And the collateral is chiefly held in the form of U.S. Treasury, federal agency, and government-sponsored enterprise securities. So that's the next question. What is in the form of U.S. Treasury, federal agency, and government-sponsored enterprise securities? Control copy, Control T, Control V, and we're going to ask what these are. And a government, so we got Investopedia, which I haven't looked at yet. I started with the Fed. We could go to the White House, or we could go to Rocket Mortgage. We received 2,950,000 results in 0.37 seconds. Does everybody just look at the top one? Yeah, of course. That's what you're going to do. OGE.gov also gives government-sponsored enterprise debt securities by Raymond James. European Central Bank, U.S. government-sponsored enterprises. And the Fed, L125 government-sponsored enterprises. I guess we have to start at the beginning because we don't have a real understanding of any of this. Definition. Government-sponsored enterprise, GSE. Definition and examples, so that's fun. By Tori Siegel, updated November 18, 2022, reviewed by Robert Kelly. Okay, that's cool. So she's an editor. Tori is an editor and writer, 20 plus years experience covering personal finance, wealth management, and business news. And Robert Kelly is the managing director of XTS Energy LLC and has more than 3 decades of experience as a business executive, a professor of economics, and has raised more than $4.5 billion in investment capital. Wow, that is a lot of greenback. So, what is a government-sponsored enterprise? A GSE is a quasi-governmental entity established to enhance the flow of credit to specific sectors of the United States economy. To enhance the flow of credit, to specific sectors of the U.S. economy. Created by acts of Congress, these agencies, although they are privately held, provide public financial services. GSEs help to facilitate borrowing for a variety of individuals, including students, farmers, and homeowners. For example, the Federal Home Loan Mortgage Corporation, Freddie Mac, was originally created as a GSE in the housing sector. It was intended to encourage homeowners among the middle and working class. Freddie Mac home ownership among the middle and working class. Freddie Mac is considered a mortgage GSE. Okay, this is too much. This is too much. So these are just like, how do they work? How do they work? Another example of mortgage GSEs is the Federal National Mortgage Association, Fannie Mae. This entity was introduced to improve the flow of credit in the housing market, while also reducing the cost of that credit. Takeaways. The government-sponsored enterprise is a quasi-governmental entity established to enhance the flow of credit to specific sectors of the U.S. economy. GSEs do not lend money to the public directly. Instead, they guarantee third-party loans and purchase loans in the secondary market, ensuring liquidity. GSEs also insure short and long-term bonds, agency bonds, that carry the implicit backing of the United States government. Mortgage issuers, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, are examples of government-sponsored enterprises. Okay. And we got a little video here. You want to watch a video with me? Let's have a look. Click play to learn what a government-sponsored enterprise is. So they made it into a game. Isn't that cute? All right. How a government sponsor, and this is in the States. I'm in Canada. I'm also interested in what Canada has done and is doing. And I don't know. I mean, I know a little bit. RRSPs, RIFs. They even have a disability government-sponsored enterprise. So GSEs do not lend money to the public directly. Instead, they guarantee third-party loans and purchase loans in the secondary market, thereby providing money to lenders and financial institutions. GSEs also insure short and long-term bonds, referred to as agency bonds. The degree to which an agency bond issuer is considered independent of the federal government impacts the level of its default risk. Bond investors hold most but not all types of agency bonds and have their interest payments exempt from state and local taxes. Well, that's nice. So the investors have their interest payments exempt from state and local taxes, but not federal? Okay. Although GSE bonds carry the implicit backing of the United States government, unlike Treasury bonds, they are not direct obligations of the U.S. government. For this reason, these securities offer a slightly higher yield than Treasury bonds, since they have a somewhat higher degree of credit risk and default risk. Okay, that's enough. That is enough. We have learned enough today about that. That is a rabbit hole that one could not sustain themselves in. What we're trying to figure out is how you would teach this. Anyway, let's look at something else. So the other question I asked this morning was, are Canadian banks backed by gold and return? And it came back with 113 million results in 0.36 seconds. And the first article, the first thing is a kind of November 11th, 2022 synopsis. The central bank of almost every country in the world owns gold except Canada. Here's why that's a mistake. Since 2010, central banks around the world have been stocking up on gold, recently at an accelerated pace. But Canada continues to shun the trend, writes Frank Giustra. Now, there's no reference where this came from, but the next thing is, why doesn't Canada own any gold? From the Toronto Star business area, and small cap investor, the Bank of Canada holds 0 gold reserves. And then we have this equity guru. Canada quietly adds 100 tons of gold, or did they? The history of the Canadian dollar, back on the gold standard. Okay, what are we talking about here? This is from 2007, and this one's from 2021. That might be 2020. Oh man, I noticed that Canada has no national gold reserves. Gold is an antique instrument. This is why Canada sold all. And so how are we going to figure out what's true and what's not? I do not know. This is Kitco. Looks like you're using an ad blocker. Yes, it's quite possible. I have no idea what you're talking about. Exclusive summer specials for every portfolio. Discover the brilliance of the Royal Canadian Mint. Trade physical gold and silver with unmatched cost efficiency and security, powered by blockchain technology. Limited time offer. All right, let's have a look. Gold is an antique instrument. This is why Canada sold all its gold reserves. Former BOC head David Dodge. Okay. CBDCs are coming. Get used to digital IDs. Gold is an outdated commodity, and the Bank of Canada was right to get rid of its gold reserves. It's because this way, David Dodge. Who's David Dodge? That's according to David Dodge, former governor of the Bank of Canada and senior advisor of Bennett Jones, LLC. Dodge spoke with David Lynn, anchor and producer of Kitco News. The Bank of Canada is Canada's central bank, comparable to the Federal Reserve in the United States. Starting in the early 2000s, the Bank of Canada sold its gold reserves. Who did they sell it to? Canada is currently the only G7 nation without any official gold holdings. Okay, I guess we're screwed. We're screwed and tattooed. The issue is quite clear, that it costs to hold gold, whereas holding US or Chinese or Euro bonds yields you a return, said Dodge. That was the strong view, and the view that our international monetary system was in a place that was suffering sufficiently robust that holding this antique instrument of stability called gold really didn't make any sense. Dodge also said that Bitcoin has no place in the Bank of Canada's balance sheets. However, he did not reject cryptocurrencies completely. But the issue of digital currencies is a very important issue, he remarked. What he would like to do, globally and in Canada, is to reduce transaction costs. The bank and the Department of Finance are working hard on the issue of digitalizing our financial system to reduce transaction costs. The financial system is interested in digitizing the Canadian dollar. Okay. I don't know. This is my first foray into this. So the CBD thing sounds like a thing. And David Dodge doesn't want Canadians to have any gold. Backed reserves. Let's go back. I think we're going to wrap this up. This is Dr. Lisa Baker-Figa investigating what is going on in the world, and from a wheelchair person's perspective. I don't know. Things are pretty rough in the wheelchair sector. Resource World Magazine. That looks interesting. And then there was none. Canada sells its gold. Oh my God. So it didn't happen that long ago. 2010. Does anybody know about this? I don't know. Anyway, that's for now. Like, subscribe, and share. And we're going to work on our SEO. SEO. What is SEO? Control T. SEO. Here we go. This is also sponsored, so let's go back. We don't want to look at sponsored. We could look at sponsored, but we want to look at, I like to go down below the sponsored ones. So I started looking at my SEO. I want to call it SEQ all the time. Let's go to HubSpot blog. That's fun. Increase your site's visibility and rankings with search engine optimization. That's what it is. Search engine optimization. Content marketing and link building. So you can get a free download. The complete SEO starter pack. That sounds fun. Okay, but we're not doing that yet because there's many other things I could do first. In terms of join 600,000 fellow marketers. Get expert marketing tips straight in your inbox and become a better marketer. Subscribe to the marketing blog below. We're not going to do that right now, but you could. Might be interesting. How Google ranks content. It's how Google ranks content. And I got an email from a young man yesterday that saying, we saw your website and you have almost nothing going on, and it's because you need to get your audience organized. Who is your audience? You need to get your SEO, on-page SEO, pumped up, and he's offered to help me do that. We'll see. I got to make a reply. I think I'm going to make a reply, but I'm not ready to do that yet. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. I really appreciate you doing that. That would be great. And if you have a comment, please put it down in the chat, and I will make an answer for you. And I will appreciate you. Anyway, once again, signing off. Dr. Lisa is going to have a shower.